from Austin, Texas, DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Texas Longhorns. Restate with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Here in Austin, DKR is one of the most iconic stadiums in college football. Texas Memorial Stadium, the fans, the burnt orange. You've got Bevo here on the sideline. There is so much to love every time you come to a college football game here. History in the making at DKR. Guys?
Okay, Holly. So the Texas Longhorns offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm.
Caught, and he's got room. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it. And you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
It'll be third and long. He'll take it himself. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on fourth down. Manning to throw for it on fourth. Gets rid of it. Makes the grab past the marker. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see.
Here's a little room there. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. And the Longhorns kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Smothers. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Right on the money. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Quarterback will keep it. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again. So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were in the last 4 games.
The Longhorns are threatening on 1st and goal. Sends it back in motion. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Longhorns!
defense goes as he goes. So really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Oregon Ducks offense will now get its first chance with the football. Dante Moore. The protection calls are going to have to be on point because of this man, Colin Simmons, who makes a living sacking quarterbacks. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Running inside, it's Davison. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
With the catch, it's Moore. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
Well, I know at the end of last year, a lot of people were wondering what was going to happen with Dante Moore. Was he going in the draft? People were talking about him being the first overall pick after that blowout loss in the playoff to Indiana. He decided to come back, and no one is happier than Dan Lanning in Oregon and the fans. And by the way, this quarterback room now, David, loaded. Of course, they got Dylan Raiola from Nebraska as well.
Yeah, and Dante Moore, to me, like, does he take that next step? And you saw flashes of Dante Moore where it's great. Like, it is elite of elite. The Iowa game a year ago, when you needed it, had to have a play he could make it. Can he continue to be that guy consistently and not to make some of those mistakes? Because there is no denying this dude's talent. It's upper echelon level. It's first-round draft pick type stuff.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Throwing Moore quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Ducks will try to pin them back with the punt. Hauls it in at the 25. He's got great speed. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Manning on play action. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Keeps it himself and gets to first. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. The run inside. It's Smothers.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Motion from the wide receiver. The give to the back. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Makes the grab. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Brown. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Finds his man. It's Johnson. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
There's so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play-action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of play.
Runs through a man. He might have space. They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me up.
Hits the afterburner. Touchdown, Oregon. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
You know, long touchdown passes don't have to come in the shape of go routes and posts. You can throw a slant. If your guy is able to make one dude miss and build up some steam, when you've got speed like that, you can take it to the house, and that's exactly what he did.
And he puts through the extra point. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Here comes the Texas offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run breaks into the open. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorn.
Just hand it to him and let him do the work, man. Over 100 yards on the first half. That big, explosive play. That will do it. That will get you almost there. When you get handed off to a guy like this and he can take it the distance, it makes play calling for an offensive guy, it's so much fun. It's easy. Hand it to him, he gone.
And they tacked on the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, when the offense goes empty, that triggers the defense to want to blitz. The linebacker came that time. They couldn't get him blocked, and down goes the QB.
And the Ducks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Here's more to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's past the 30. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. get him before he gets started.
Moore to the air. Finds his tight end. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
The Ducks getting set on 1st and 10. Moore. Got it in the middle. It's Davison. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Looking to fire.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. Quickly out to the tight end. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say mission accomplished. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup, right? Zone or man, I like my big fella. I like using the tight end all I can. Great job working him into the offense. He's a playmaker. Find it.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. And he's not going to be able to convert. Not down, just inches shy of the 1st down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Ducks will try to move the chains on 4th down. He'll run for it. And he will not get there. How about this defense stopping that run short? Holly Rowe has an update.
Here on the Texas sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Back to you.
Holly, thank you.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. This is a designed run. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Longhorns stop the clock for the final time, calling their 3rd timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Going long. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
He did a really good job on 3rd down, knowing where the sticks were, making sure he got past it. Listen, quarterbacks can get hit near the goal line punching it in. On 3rd down, those are those situations where it's okay to put the quarterback's body on the line.
The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. Arch is going to throw for it. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. The Longhorns will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. As we start the second half, Holly, what adjustments do these teams want to make?
I caught up with the Ducks head coach coming out of the locker room at the half. Their defense has done a terrific job so far, and today they're kicking off here to start the second half. That defense has got to step up again because they are facing a really stout running game. They've done a good job in the first half, but I will let you know how this continues to build here in the third quarter. Back to you.
All right, Holly. So now it's second and long. Dante Moore. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Ducks want to pick up the tempo. From the gun on third down, Dante Moore. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Well, the defense knew coming into the second half here they were going to have to crank up the pass rush, right? They've got the lead. They're going to be seeing this quarterback drop back. How can you affect him? You've got to win up front one-on-one and get home, and they did there on third down.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. They've got it first and 10 at the 50. Hand off for Brown. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Throwing Manning. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on second down, and now put him in a third and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on third and long. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Well, that time on third and long, they just took what the defense gave them. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make...
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Making side adjustments here. Gets the back moving. Fourth down, Manning. Fires to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Throwing more. Here comes the heat. He's sacked. This defense all over it.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, third and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the third downs manageable. So moving forward...
He lost one down the sideline. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The Ducks send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
He'll try it again. A couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. On target. There he goes. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player.
Turning on the Jets. And this is why a mobile quarterback is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. He has just been running wild all day.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous, chewed up a big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Holds and fires complete to the right. Touchdown, Texans! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And with this long drive, man, they're just showing you what they've been showing you throughout this football game. They can get it done. They can score points. And now, getting later in the football game, getting up by 3 possessions, the pressure is really on.
PAT unit on the field. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score. And Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
1 more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this 3rd down play. could be an alley. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The Ducks want to crank the tempo.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. It's so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Got it. No chance to run, but still a good game.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. Moore from the gun on third down. Turns it loose deep. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Ducks! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Such a nice job by the wide receiver there on the corner route. He did a nice job off of the stem, not telegraphing where he was going. The defender had no idea, and when he broke to the corner, he created a little bit of separation. There was an accurate throw. He made the catch and then took it into the end zone.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. On the run from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Shows him the stiff arm. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
They tried to turn the corner on him, but the defense was ready, and they knock him down for a loss.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up fourth down.
And you could tell the QB wants to run.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Manning to throw for it on fourth. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
That's an awesome effort by the receiver there because he didn't have the first down once he caught the pass. He had to be able to make a guy miss. And with his athleticism and skill, he's able to do that. And as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Off the RPO, complete. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. And the Longhorns have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Quick release by the QB. Stopped at the 44 after a 5-yard gain. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Fires to the tight end. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chain. Now Oregon will call it second timeout. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. A give to Brown. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. First down, right back to Brown. There's a crease. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Moving out to the right. Turning it on. Headed to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Longhorns!
I gotta say, the mental toughness that this team is showing early this season is real impressive. And going down the field and scoring on that last possession, putting themselves in position here to go 2-0, they're answering the bell. This team has leadership on both sides of the ball. Very, very impressive.
They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Tight end now in motion. Pulls and fires complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. They'll line up for a second down play. Here's Moore to throw. Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Moore from the gun, trying to convert third down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Moore to throw for it on fourth down. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Moore will throw. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on second down and goal?
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Moore trying to set up the screen. He's going for the goal line. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Dante Moore wants to throw again. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick.
Well, they got their hands team out there for a reason, and that's why in these situations you put receivers, tight ends, and dudes that can hold on to the football, knowing that, hey, all we got to do is recover this onside kick, and David, we win the game.
And man, this is such a low percentage play, right? Like it's so hard to kick an onside and actually have it bounce correctly and go right. You're right, they put the right players on the field. They didn't get the good bounce, and this one's over.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. Spreads out 4 receivers, trips right, a single receiver to the left on 2nd and 7. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
I'll tell you, when this guy's in a rhythm, he never misses. And you've seen that in this game. Very, very accurate up to this point. That time, though, a little bit out of rhythm, and I think that's why he missed that throw.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Pulls and fired complete. Oh, he's got some space. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the 4th quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way. That score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off, but there's a great chance you're going to. But this season has started just like you wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get in these rankings.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns. A 21-point cushion in the 4th. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functional.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Here's a throw downfield late. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping 2 hands on the football in the deep.
And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Longhorn. How about this? These guys are going for 2. And he'll pull it out and keep it himself on the bootleg. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Keep it on the ground. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. Timeout called by the defense. 13 seconds to go.
And these are these moments as a defense, like, you're just trying to get out of the game. We're rotating, we're subbing, like, we've stopped them all game long. Like, they can run the football right here. The biggest thing is the clock ticking, us getting out of here with the dub, and really, everybody staying healthy.
Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing